Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for supporting the program. Thank you for connecting. Neji Ijoma, all hail Biafra. Thank you so much, Neji. Please share the video on your platform, share the video on your WhatsApp group, share the video any place you belong, and give a thumbs up to the video. Thank you for joining. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for joining wherever you are joining from. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for joining. Thank you for supporting the program. I appreciate everyone that have connected. I say may Chukwu Okike be my guide and protect you. Chukwu Okike be Yora. Chukwu Okike be my doesn't sleep. He is always there for you and I. And we will continue to follow his way and pursue our freedom. Good evening, Ineji, my sister. Thank you so much, Ijoma. Thank you for joining, Ijoma. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I thank everybody that have joined me on this broadcast today. It's going to be a sharp and brief one. I'm not going to take much of your time. But it is our responsibility to continue to say things the way it is and continue to bring information to the notice of our people. That is why I am here today, to set the record straight and to make sure that the Janjaweed do not change the narrative. The conventional media, you and I know, they are making sure that they take things in their hand. They don't report the truth. They always tell lies about our situation. But we will not allow them to continue to push that lie. We won't allow them to continue to move. Of course, my dear, we will continue to move. We will move until Biafra comes. It doesn't matter how they try to oppress our channel. It doesn't matter how they try to suppress us and make sure that people are not watching. Even if it is one person or two people watching, other people can watch later. If it is two people, the two people share the video, another two people will watch. Before you know it, more people will get the information. So we have to continue to send out the information no matter the distraction, no matter the attack. Today, we are going to talk about the situation in Biafra land, mainly when we are calling about the issue of civil disobedience, why we must have to engage in civil disobedience. It is time for us to wake up. This is not time to play around. No more distraction. No more distraction. We shouldn't allow distraction. All these people that are gossiping, talking about irrelevant things, talking against their fellow Biafrans, talking against their fellow agitators, attacking our characters, attacking our businesses, we can't be distracted. If you are sincerely and genuinely a Biafran and you're fighting for your freedom, including our Odudua brothers, Odudua sisters, Middle Belters, if you're genuinely looking for the freedom of your people, don't be distracted. Don't be. The more we are getting distracted, the more the Janjaweed are strategizing more and more. The more we are getting distracted, the more they themselves are getting strategized. A lot of things are happening. Today, I just bumped into a video which I have already played on my video when I was making a video on my page. I did a video on my page about a few minutes ago on my page, Chooks for Survival Facebook page. I shared a video. That was a video that was released where the government were trying to recruit another group of members of Boko Haram. They are about 559, 500 plus. 500 plus members of Boko Haram that have been reintegrated into the military again. Now you see why we have to wake up and prepare for what is about to come. As we are preparing for our civil disobedience, increasing our force, they are strategizing, releasing more terrorists to us. Nigerian government is an unrepentant government. They will continue to support terrorism as far as Nigeria continues to exist. You see why we don't want Nigeria to continue to exist. This is why we are asking for disintegration of Nigeria. This is why we are asking for a breakup. We are asking for the breakup so that people will have a sane nation, so that people will be secured in their own land, so people can be able to protect their border. That is why we are asking for the breakup. It is not out of hate. We are not asking for referendum or self-determination out of hate. No. We are asking for self-determination so that we can be able to build our borders, so that we can be able to develop ourselves, so we can be able to make our life meaningful. Because as long as we continue to remain captivity in the hand of the caliphate, as long as we continue to remain together with people who do not share the same value with us, we can never prosper. We can never prosper. How can you prosper in a country where the constitution is being where the constitution supports evil? How can you prosper in a country where the constitution supports injustice? Where can you prosper in a country where the constitution supports inequality? You cannot prosper in such a country. You can't prosper in such a country. Today, as you are watching this video, Nigerian military is recruiting 500 plus members of Boko Haram. They are going to push them to the southern part of Nigeria, that is for sure. They are going to shift them to the southern part of Nigeria, and they will continue to cause havoc the same way they are doing. So when we come and tell you that the people who are destroying homes, who are taking the life of innocent people, who are destroying our properties and businesses, these people are terrorists. They are not military. They are just given military uniform to disguise themselves. They are given military uniform to disguise themselves because they are serving the caliphate. As long as the caliphate continue to run their affairs in Nigeria, there is no way you can escape from what is happening. There is no way you can escape from the doom. There is no way you can escape from the destruction that is happening. You can't escape. It will continue to haunt every one of us. It will continue to haunt every one of us. Why are we silent? Why are we pretending as if we don't know what is happening? Today, you see our brothers and sisters in the southern part of Nigeria, those of them who genuinely want to serve, to protect their people, who want to serve, they will never be recruited into the army. Those of them who genuinely want to serve with their heart, who have the training, who have the devotion, even some who have already undergone the training, they will never be recruited. But for the Janjaweed military, for the caliphate, because they have an evil agenda, it is very easy for them to recruit terrorists into their military. As easy as anything. In a country where you have up to 1,000 members of the military, members of Boko Haram, what do you expect? What do you expect? That is why each time you hear the military men shooting themselves and killing themselves, you hear a policeman turn to a fellow policeman and shoot them. Because these people know their mission. The Boko Haram members know their mission. It doesn't matter how you recruit them. It doesn't matter how you try to pet them. They know their mission. But because these people are serving the caliphate will continue to play into their hand and continue to support them. You see the kind of honor they are giving members of the Boko Haram. Recently, the video is online. You can go and watch my video, the video I posted before this very live stream. I posted a video before this live stream. Go and watch that video. You will see members of Boko Haram being recruited into the military. 500 plus. Is it 500? Either 559 or so. 559 members of Boko Haram. Do you know what it means? Members of Boko Haram, people who have devoted their time in terrorism, people who have taken life, people who have sworn to protect their evil agenda, who told that education is meaningless. All of a sudden, you tell me that you went and radicalized them, and then you bring them out into the society and push them to the southern part of Nigeria in uniform to continue to destroy lives and properties. This is what have been happening. And they have done it again. This, what I'm telling you, just happened yesterday. The video is there. I posted the video on my page. I posted the video on my YouTube channel. I posted it before this very broadcast that I'm doing. You see why every Biafran have to wake up. When we are calling for massive civil disobedience, you have to know that it's not a joke. You heard that when Biafrans came out and declared that from 15th onwards, we do not want to see the military into our land. What did they do? Today, they have brought more members of Boko Haram to release to us. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that we are telling them to leave Biafran land. They should leave Biafran land. We gave them ultimatum to leave Biafran land before 15th. After 15th, that we cannot have it again. Now they decided to release more members of Boko Haram. And before you know it, they will pump them into the southern part of Nigeria to begin to destroy life. You see why you have to wake up. If you still think you are part of this contraption, you are not part of it. You are not in the agenda. Their mission is to make sure they wipe us away. Their mission is to make sure they take our identity. And they are not hiding it. The caliphate are not hiding it. And they have succeeded in using our own people who call themselves politicians. People who are supposed to be our representative. What are they doing? They are standing against you and I. Today, they cannot even stand boldly and call themselves Biafrans. They cannot stand boldly and wear their traditional uniform. They cannot be able to defend their traditional uniform, traditional dress. They can't be able to defend it. But a Fulani man will defend his traditional dress. A Fulani man will tell you that he's Arewa. An Oduduwa person will tell you that I'm Oduduwa. But somebody from Biafra land can never ever open his or her mouth as long as they're politicians to call themselves Biafrans. Biafran have become an abomination in their mouth. Biafran is an abomination in the mouth of the politician. But when you go to the north, they call themselves Arewa. Their politicians identify with Arewa. You go to the southwest, their politicians identify with Oduduwa. But when you come to Biafra land, no single politician in Biafra land identify with Biafra. That is how far they have gone. That is how far the caliphate have gone to damage, because they have succeeded in planting moles among us. They have planted mole among Biafrans. Any single Biafran, any single politician you see serving in Biafra land, they have been appointed by the caliphate. The appointment have gotten up to local government chairman. Your local government chairman, your local government chairman, he is serving the caliphate. You will never know until when there is an issue to do with the Biafra and federal government. Then you will know that your local government chairman is standing with the caliphate. When there is a debate or issue that has to do with the federal government and Biafra, then you will know that your local government chairman is not supporting you. That is how damaged the whole things are. That is the kind of confusion and trouble that we are in. And how long shall we continue to watch this happen? How long? How long shall we continue to fold our hands? The battle have intensified. If you have been taken as a joke, you better wake up and know that it's no longer a joke. There's no longer time to joke. The issue has become much more serious than ever. It has become much more serious. Today is Sunday, a day we are calling for sit at home. I thank Chukwu Okike that many of our Biafran brothers and sisters are sitting at home today being Sunday. Biafrans are sitting at home today being Sunday against all odds, against all the attack. They have tried all manner of strategies to make sure they blackmail us to stop the sit at home. But Biafrans are standing tall. They are sitting at home. And I thank Chukwu Okike for the strength he has given them. I thank Chukwu Okike for he has never disappointed the Biafrans. I thank Chukwu Okike for he has continued to stand with the Biafran people up to this date. And he will never fail. Every Biafran, wherever you are, you have to stand up and fight for your life. Fight for that which is right. It's a matter of life and death. And we will never allow them to take our life. No matter how they try, we will never give up. We will continue to fight this battle until the last man standing. And our freedom, we must get our freedom. We must get our freedom. The Janjaweed is trying by all means to suppress you and I. They have planted moles everywhere. They have brought distraction from all angles. They are fighting against the Biafran struggle spiritually and physically, using all manner of distraction. Today, you will have your partner who is working with you as an agitator. The following morning, you will find out that your brother will be speaking with a different tongue. You'll be wondering what is happening. A brother who is standing with you fighting for freedom, all of a sudden you wake up and you realize that your brother is speaking a different language. You'll be wondering what happened. It is not ordinary. It is not ordinary. I used to tell people, even some of them that we are claiming that they are bought, some of them did not receive a penny from anybody. Some of them did not receive any money. Nobody anywhere bought them. But because of their envy, because of their jealousy, because of their greed, they have decided to support evil, even when they know that what they are doing is evil. There are so many people today that are supporting that thing they know that is wrong. They know that what they are saying is wrong. They know that what they are peddling is a lie. But they continue to support it simply because the person that is promoting the truth is their enemy. Because they don't like the face of the person, they don't like the appearance of the person, because of one grudges or the other you have, you decided to stand against the truth. That is how evil some people have become. And some people, because of what they will eat, because of their stomach, they cannot support anything that is right. Some people, because of what they will eat in their stomach, they don't want to support anything good. They don't want to support anybody. They don't want to support any good thing. Whatever you say, they will never support it. Because of what they will eat, they will continue to support that person that is feeding them. They will support that thing that is putting food on their table. Even if it's a criminal act, they will continue to support it. That is how evil some people have become. And I advise Biafrans, if you are a genuine Biafran, you have to be very, very careful what you say at all times. Before you gamble into any topic, be very careful and watch closely. Be sure that you know what you're talking about. If you don't have the right information, do not speak about that topic. It doesn't matter who is involved. It doesn't matter even if your brother, your sister that is the one peddling the information. If you don't have the first-hand information of the truth about the situation, don't talk about it. Just listen. Be a listener so that you don't regret. Because it is easy to damage, but to repair, very difficult. Some people, it's easy for them to offend, but for some people to open their mouth and say sorry, there are some people who cannot say sorry. They can't open their mouth and say sorry. When they do something wrong, they cannot open their mouth and say sorry. It is so difficult for them to open their mouth and say sorry. And if you are one of those who knows that he or she is not good in apologizing, you better watch your word. Don't be too fast to speak, because you might say something that you cannot be able to take back. And more especially those of us who are broadcasting, everything that you and I are saying, it is on media, is on video. Even if you think you have deleted it, some people have downloaded it and keep it for you. Everything that we are saying today will judge us in time to come. Every single video I'm making, every single video you are making, every comment you are making will judge us in time to come. Some people call it a joke. Some think it's fun. You come out, you support something that is wrong. You support evil, even when you know that this is evil. On video. And you think that Chukwu Okaba will not forgive you. And your unborn children will see what you have done with Biafra. They will see your video you made when you were supporting evil. And maybe then you will not have the opportunity to retract your statement. Just like some people today. Some people today have lost their conscience because they cannot be able to descend, come down and begin to say the right thing. Because they have gone too far. They have said what they don't have to say. They have fought a battle they're not supposed to fight. And because of that, they say it's either they die or nothing else. But if you're one of those who still have that conscience to follow that which is right, if you are still one of those who have that conscience to say it right when it is time, go ahead and continue to do so. Go ahead and follow the right path. There is still time for you to repent. There is still time for you to change. There is still time for you to fight the right cause. As it stands today, I say it and I say it again. Any Biafran that says that he or she does not know the right way to follow, you are deceiving yourself and you are worse than the enemy. If you are genuinely a Biafran and you still come out and you say, I don't know where to follow, I don't know who to believe, you are deceiving yourself. You are part of the problem. Because the truth is out there. The truth cannot be hidden. It is as plain as anything, shining like the stars. The truth is like the daylight. You can't hide it. You cannot cover the daylight. Once the daylight comes, it doesn't matter where darkness is, you must know that there is daylight. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. That is what the truth does. But today, you still see some people who have sold their soul to the enemy. Some people have sold their conscience, sold their soul, and they cannot be able to retract the statement they have made in the past. They cannot retract the evil they have vomited in their mouth. How long shall we continue to sell our soul? How long shall we continue to gamble in falsehood? How long shall we continue to allow evil to continue to happen? It is high time every one of us wake up. If you are genuinely a Biafran, this is the time for you to fight like never before. This is the time for you to speak up like never before. The caliphate that you are up against, they are not relaxing. Why is it Nandekano said it, that the enemy we are up against are not, they are not they're not children. We are fighting against the richest nations in the world. We are fighting against the most advanced nation of the world. They have the weapon, they have the information, they have the everything. They own everything, even the powers. Those are the people we are up against. But what do we have? We have Chukwu Okike and we have the truth. As long as we have Chukwu Okike and have the truth, and we have our land that Chukwu Okike have given us, they can never ever defeat us. They can't take our land. We have not gone to their land to take their own land. We have not driven them from their own land. Neither have we fought against them. We didn't make them enemy. They themselves declared themselves enemy to the Biafran people. The caliphate declared themselves enemy to the Biafran people. We did nothing wrong to them. We are on our own. We have been following our system, doing the right thing we are supposed to do. But they declared themselves enemy simply because we are hardworking. And Mazen Nanekano came into the picture and said it can no longer be business as usual. Mazen Nanekano saw what is called, what is wrong. Mazen Nanekano started by telling them to fix Nigeria so that it works for everybody. Mazen Nanekano shouted for so many years, telling them, fix Nigeria so that it works for everybody. Some of them will be thinking, you think, some people who are watching will think that we just wake up one day and begin to demand for the breakup of Nigeria. No, we did not just wake up to begin to demand for the breakup of Nigeria. Something caused that demand. We have tried to make Nigeria work. It never worked. There is no sign that it's going to work. They brought war upon us, the Biafrans. After 3 good years, they said no victory, no vanquish. And they talked about the 3R. The 3R that they introduced, they never obeyed it. Reintegration, they never reintegrated us. We reintegrated ourselves into Nigeria. Reconstruction, they never reconstructed the Biafran land. It is Biafran people that reconstructed Biafran land. Rehabilitation, it is Biafran people that rehabilitated themselves. Nobody did. And yet, after Biafran people have done all this to see if it is work, it's not still working. It's not still working. They refuse to accept us. They refuse to accept us. They are still peddling their lies and evil. They are still pushing their evil agenda. How long shall we continue to listen to this? How long shall we continue to pursue this? How long shall we continue to follow this evil agenda? It is so sad. It is so sad. And we cannot continue to tolerate that. That is why every Biafran, wherever you are on the planet Earth, have to stand up and fight your battle. This is our battle. We have to fight it. We have to fight to free ourselves. To free ourselves from the clutches of the enemy. Free ourselves from evil that is about to overshadow us. We have to free ourselves. We have to. It is mandatory that we free ourselves. Welcome, my sister Lillian. Thank you so much for joining, Lillian. I appreciate you. We have to continue. The people that we are up against made themselves enemy, and they do not want us. They don't want us around them. No matter how we have tried to make sure that things work in Nigeria, it's never worked. Mazen Nandekano that you are seeing today, that is pursuing the disintegration of Nigeria, pursuing self-determination for his people. Mazen Nandekano fought for Nigeria. He fought for Nigeria to make Nigeria work. Go and watch most of the interview that Mazen Nandekano was asked about the problem of Nigeria. What he was asking for was the normal things to make life better for everybody. Mazen Nandekano was demanding for everything that we are supposed to demand for. Open the Port Harcourt port. Open the Ughelli port. Give us an international airport. Repair the roads. Let there be water. Let there be light. Treat everybody equal. Let people attend every standard they want to attend according to their qualification. Is that too much to ask? But we found ourselves in the hand of those who don't want us to see the light of the day. The caliphate on daily basis are planning on daily basis to try as much as can to make sure they suppress every other indigenous tribe in Nigeria and push themselves forward. That is why today, as you are watching this video, they are releasing another 500 plus members of Boko Haram into the army. 500 plus with honor. Why they are killing Biafrans, where they are taking life of Biafrans in Biafra land, why they are destroying our lives and destroying our properties, destroying our homes, burning homes, why they are using Hope Uzodinma to destroy the life of the Biafran youths, vibrant Biafrans, educated Biafrans, who has not committed any crime. They did not kidnap anybody. They didn't see them with an arm. Why they are busy destroying Biafran people with Hope Uzodinma, they are reintroducing 500 plus members of Boko Haram into the military. Just yesterday, 500 plus members of Boko Haram reintroduced into the military. Just yesterday. The video is there. Go and watch the video. Before I did the program, I shared the video on my channel. Watch it, you see for yourself what is going on. The people that they claim that they have reintegrated, go and watch them. None of them can even speak English. When they were taking their oath in Hausa. Why the general, who is from the southern part of Nigeria, that was addressing them, the general himself was speaking English. The people who he's talking to don't understand what he's saying. The people he's talking to don't tell me the kind. How did you come about saying that you radicalize these people? How do you tell me that these people have repented? Repent from what? From what to what? And now you reintroduce them into your military. And the next thing they will do is to push them to southern part of Nigeria. The next thing they will do is to shift them to Biafra land. And when you see them burning houses, destroying homes, destroying properties, destroying businesses, you'll be wondering, what kind of soldiers are these? What kind of soldiers are these? These are the terrorists that they have recruited and sent to Biafra land. There is no legitimate military man that is well-trained. No well-trained military man will go against a civilian that is unarmed. An unarmed civilian who did not pose any threat. Unarmed civilian who didn't pose any threat, you will go to his home and open fire and begin to shoot. No well-trained military man can do that. Only terrorists does that. Only that is the signature of the terrorists. And that is exactly what they are doing in Biafra land. You see why every Biafran have to wake up. This is why Biafran people have decided that from 15th, in few days, we do not want to see any military in Biafra land. So everybody should share this video. Share the video on your platform. Share it to your family and friends. If you have a brother that is in military, you better talk to them. Franca Okonkwo, thank you so much, my dear Franca. Thank you for joining. If you have a brother, a sister, uncle, in-law, whoever that is in the military, you tell them to leave our land. If you have a brother, a sister, an uncle, an in-law that is a politician in Nigeria, you better talk to them. Talk to them that the time have come. Tell them that the Biafran people have risen up and they want to take their land. Since we don't have anybody to represent us, since the caliphate have decided to appoint people to represent them, the people that have been appointed, every one of them is representing the caliphate. No single politician is standing with us. If you are a Biafran and you're watching this video, no single politician is standing with us. The northern politicians are standing with their people. They make case for their people. Even in the house, they call themselves Arewa. The Oduduwa people, Oduduwa lawmakers, to an extent, they are representing their people. That is why they sing their national anthem, even in the National Assembly. A governor said that they should sing Oduduwa anthem in all their schools. They should learn it. That is to show you that to an extent, they are supporting their own people. But in Biafra land, did you see any politician associating him or herself with Biafran people? Have you ever had any single politician associating he or herself with the Biafran people? Let alone asking of singing of national anthem of Biafra. But you see Oduduwa politicians, they sing the national anthem, they know it, they memorize it, they tell their students. So a governor said that they are in his state, said that the students will learn it. Did they kill the governor? Did they kill the governor? But in the Biafra land, they are all scared. Bunch of cowards. They are all scared. All scared. They dare not mention Biafra. They don't want to associate themselves with Biafra. They will never say anything that has to do with Biafra. They are just okay the way they are. As long as the money continues to flow into their account monthly. As long as money is coming to the account monthly, even at the expense of the blood of the innocent, they don't care. That is how damaged the southeastern politicians are. The Biafran land politicians in Biafra land, that is how damaged they are. Bunch of evil men who have no representation of their people. They don't care about you and I. They don't care. They don't care. So scared. Look at them. Even in that their politics, today they are fighting for the so-called Igbo presidency. Everybody know that no Igbo person is in support about the Igbo presidency. The only people who are talking about the Igbo presidency are the politicians. Only the politicians and them alone, them and their families. The one talking about the Igbo presidency. They know that their people don't want about the Igbo presidency. But look at the way they are talking about the Igbo presidency. Igbo president is supposed to be their own turn. Today, they are not. If you see them, some of them are saying that the rotation doesn't matter. You will see a politician from Biafra land saying that rotation doesn't matter, that they don't want rotation. It is all of a sudden today they now realize that rotation doesn't matter. And the politicians in Biafra land are supporting it. They say it's your qualification. Show us what you have. These same people were there when they brought Buhari. Why did they brought Buhari? Why did Buhari got into power? Buhari got into power because of rotation. That was why he succeeded. That was why they chased Jonathan away. They chased Jonathan away, pursued him. Even with the Southerners, they pursued him because they wanted the North. It was because of rotation. But today, all of a sudden, nobody wants to talk about the rotation again. If none of them want to identify themselves as an Igbo person, some of them will tell you that I'm Igbo speaking and I'm coming to presidency to South Nigeria. I'm coming as a Nigerian president and Nigerian president. Yeah, I'm just Igbo speaking. They don't want to identify themselves with that very tribe, Igbo. They don't want to identify themselves with Biafra. That is how evil these politicians are. This is how evil the politicians are. That is why we don't believe them when they talk about that very political solution. And some people begin to consider them. How can you consider a politician? How can you consider people that you know that are born with lies? Have you ever seen any politician say the truth? Go and check every politician that ever existed in Nigeria. Every promises they make during the election, they don't fulfill 10% of it. Every single promise they make, they don't fulfill 10% of it. These are the people you are supporting. Today, the people that tell you that they don't know what restructuring is, they campaigned based on restructuring. They campaign based on restructuring. And if they have adopted that restructuring, let me tell you, the problem you are seeing today will not happen. If they have genuinely adopted restructuring, the struggle of Biafra will not get to this height. It will not get to this height because there will be no reason to be fighting. There will be no reason to be campaigning. There will be no reason to be protecting. But they refused it. The same restructuring that Dim Odumegwu, our eternal leader, talked about in Aburi. The same restructuring Dim Odumegwu saw a long time ago in Aburi. It is today that they woke up and they begin to see it. And even when they wake up, because they have not waken up, they pretend to wake up and see it. Yet, they cannot be able to pursue it and get it. Today, go and check in their media. Go to their conventional media. How many of them is talking about restructuring again? This is how inconsistent they are. People who are inconsistent in their actions, in their attitude, in the air they breathe. When they tell you good morning, you look your wristwatch again and check if it is morning really. They don't have any single truth in them. No single truth in their life. People who are filled with lie and they can promote anything that is wrong and anything that is lie. How many of them is talking about restructuring again? They are no longer talking about restructuring. They are no longer, these were people who came out when they did one program they did. They say it's handshake to the north or handshake to Niger. In that handshake, every one of them was shouting that it is either restructuring or nothing. Including that one that called himself Faneka or whatever he called himself. All the people that we are shouting, it is that restructuring. If you don't restructure, we'll do this. And today, none of them is mentioning restructuring. Today, they are talking about presidency. Every single one of them is preaching presidency. Go and check their platform. They are talking about, they have forgotten about restructuring completely. That restructuring is dead. And meanwhile, Nnamdi Kanu was telling them that they are deceiving themselves. They thought it was a joke. Ajugo Apollonia, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, Apollonia. I appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Today, you can see today, no single one of them is talking about that very restructuring. Every one of them today is talking about presidency. It is all presidency. That is what you hear in every platform. The restructuring have died a natural death. But when our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was telling them that restructuring is a deceit, it is a deceit to distract them. A deceit. Continue to support your people. Demand for self-determination. They refuse. They refuse. If these people meant well, if the politicians in Nigeria, in the southern part of Nigeria, if the politicians in southern part of Nigeria were mentally okay, if these people are mentally okay, if they have the people at heart, they would have pursued self-determination. Because 90% of the people in the south, what they are demanding for is self-determination. When you pursue self-determination, at the end of the day, the caliphate might come out to begin to negotiate restructuring with you. Because they have no choice. They cannot feed themselves. They cannot stand on their own. They are only slaves. They are only babies. If you don't feed the north, they cannot eat. It is the south that is feeding the north. They will tell you that they are producing onion. They are producing onion and cow and what else. Every single thing you see in the north, we will produce it. Those things they produce, do they have the money to consume it? Do they know how to manage it? Do they buy it? It is we that buy it. So we control the economy. We control everything that controls Nigeria. If our lawmakers, if the representatives we have in the south, if they were sane, if they were mentally sound, if they are people who reason like our Sundamazi Nandekan, they would have pursued self-determination. Continue to stand on the self-determination. Then you see, it will be the Janjaweed. The Janjaweed themselves will be the people asking them, calling them to sit, let us sit down for restructuring. They are the one who will beg for restructuring. But what do you see? You go with restructuring, at the end of the day, you come out with nothing. And that is one of the things Mazi Nandekan said, that when you are going for in a table, if you are going to a table for negotiation, you must have something tangible to offer. If you are going for negotiation, going to a negotiation table with an enemy mainly, you are going to a negotiation table with an enemy, you must have something tangible, something reasonable in your hand. That is why you see each time that Israel is fighting against his neighbors, when Israel is fighting in their war, they will go into your territory and hold some land. They will march into your territory, take some land. When they have taken the land, then if you want to negotiate, you start negotiate. In that negotiation, now they will begin to, now already they have your land. Based on the fact that they have your land, you are bound to agree with certain conditions that they're going to give you. You are bound to agree. That is the strategy. You don't go into negotiation without having anything. You must have something tangible in your hand when you are going to negotiation with your enemy. If we had people that are mentally okay, they were supposed to know that they will pursue self-determination, go into the negotiation table. The Janjaweed will be the one talking about restructuring. At the end of the day, you balance it somewhere. This is what it's supposed to be. It is the same thing we are saying when they were telling us about a political solution. Some people begin to preach. They say we should stop what we are doing, that there is a political solution. We should stop what they are doing, that the elders are doing something. Some are doing something on the ground. Some are talking to president, talking all manner of nonsense. That political solution is going to work. Idiots, bunch of clowns, deceivers. While they were talking about political solution, I was always saying on my channel that we have to continue doing anything we are doing. We have to continue doing it. Whatever we are doing, we have to hold it. Continue to do what you are doing to see that Biafra comes. Continue to do it. Hold it strong. Anything you are doing, anything we have to even increase it. Increase the sit at home. If you are the prayer time, pray more. Fast in your prayer. If you are the forceful time, use your force. Increase it. Do not look at the political solution. Let the politicians continue to discuss on their own. We, the ordinary people, we will continue on our civil disobedience. Anything we are doing, continue to intensify in it. That is the best way to go. If we had sincere politicians, they wouldn't disturb us. They will allow us to go with what they are going. When they begin to discuss, at the end of the day, they will see the truth. Thank you so much, Chetam. Thank you so much, Chetam. God bless you. If they had conscience, that is what they're supposed to do. If they had conscience, what they were supposed to do is to allow the ordinary people to continue to pursue what they are pursuing. Then you go to the negotiation table. When you get to the negotiation table, now you have something strong in your hand. You'll be telling them, my people are demanding for self-determination and they are not backing down. So what are you offering? What are you offering? What do you want me to go and tell them? What do you want me to go and tell them? That is what it means to have something tangible in your hand. But already, you see the politicians fighting against us, telling us to stop what we are doing, even though when they know that what we are doing is working. You see even members of IPOB, people who supposedly claim to be working for Mazi Nandekan, they are fighting against something that is working, even when they have nothing at hand. How can you be going to a negotiation table with a caliphate, with a wicked man, with nothing in your hand? How can you go to a negotiation table with empty hand, nothing whatsoever? And you want to go for negotiation? How? How do you want to do it? And you see people who claim to be listening to Mazi Nandekan, people who claim to be followers of Mazi Nandekan, they still fall the same victim. This thing they have seen, something they saw the example. Mazi Nandekan showed the example. When this issue of political solution came, it came when Mazi Nandekan came out of prison last time. After Mazi Nandekan was arrested in 2015, at a stage when he was released, this same political solution came on board. Some of you have forgotten. The governors called Mazi Nandekan for a meeting. The video is still there. The video is still online. The governors called Mazi Nandekan for a meeting for political solution. They told Mazen Nanikan, drop the agitation. Drop the agitation. We are going for, what do they call it? Restructuring. Drop the agitation. Let us go and get restructuring. Drop it. If we get restructuring, if we can go to get the seaport and get everything, it will be okay. Mazen Nanikan told them, I don't have a problem with you going for restructuring. Mazen Nanikan told them, go ahead and discuss your restructuring. I am going to continue to hold on my agitation and self-determination call. If the caliphate decide to give you restructuring, come back and let me see the kind of restructuring they have given you. If your restructuring you brought is good, why would we be fighting? We stop the agitation. But you cannot tell me to stop what I'm doing. Meanwhile, you have not done anything yet. That was what Mazen Nanikan told them then. That was what Mazen Nanikan told them then. What did the governors do? Instead of governors to go their way and begin to pursue restructuring and bring it, pursue that restructuring, bring it, then come and show to Mazen Nanikan and see if he will not stop agitation. They did not. What did they do? They turned around. They went and brought military to kill Mazen Nanikan. And that was what gave birth. The political solution then was what gave birth to Python dance. The Python dance that took the life of 29 able men in the home of Mazen Nanikan. Python dance that took the life of Jack, took the life of so many other Biafrans in several places. It is the same Python dance that took the life of the parents of Asula Mazen Nanikan, who died in trauma because of the situation. It is the same Python dance that sent Mazen Nanikan exile, that almost killed Mazen Nanikan. It was only Chukwu Okayon that saved him. It is the same Python dance that made Mazen Nanikan to be in the condition that he is today, that he is sitting a case in DSS. Political solution. That was what political solution brought to our supreme leader, Mazen Nanikan. But surprisingly, people who claim to have worked with him, eaten with him, sat in the same table with him, eat the same food with him, they were with him in all meetings, they include their signed papers with him, today, they fail to understand that same language that their leader is speaking. At the same time, they will come and tell you that Mazen Nanikan is my supreme leader. Mazen Nanikan is my supreme leader, even though we know that they don't take him as a leader. That was why they have cunningly tried to remove his name from being the leader of IPOB. They have followed through the back door to remove his name as the leader of IPOB and the director of Radio Biafra. And they try to peddle their lies to cover it, to tell Omar of lies. But Biafrans are weak. We are not dumb. Biafrans are smart. And we know what is happening. And every revelation that is coming is showing us where to follow. Every revelation that is coming, show us more whom to believe, where to follow. That is why I say, if you are a Biafran, and up till now, you still tell me, I don't know whom to follow, I don't know whom to believe, I don't know whether to follow east or follow west or follow right or follow left, you are deceiving yourself. You are part of the problem. You are part of the problem because the truth is clear. This truth is as clear as crystal. Very, very clear. As clear as crystal. Every one of us know what the truth is. It can no longer be hidden. It can no longer be swept under the carpet. Because it is plain before everybody's eyes. We can see it. You can see the truth staring at you. More revelations are coming. On the way they behave, the antecedent. How can anybody wake up and begin to imagine of removing? Okay, let's assume they remove him and put him back, as they are claiming, which is a lie. Let's assume that they remove him and put him back. Why must you ever think of removing him in the first place? Why? Why will you ever think of removing him in the first place? And today, one of them who is confessing and said that Mazen Nanikan is questioning his removal, they are after him. They are telling him to stop talking. And very soon he's going to stop talking and he's going to join his group because he has eaten the forbidden fruit. That is what you get when you support evil with TCBI with DC. When you support evil, evil will continue to haunt you. When you support evil, maybe by the time you will try to retrace your step, it will now be so impossible because you have gone too far. You have gone too far. That is what is disturbing some people. Some people have told so many lies. Some of them have devoted themselves to fight a wrong fight. Some of them have peddled some propaganda, peddled lies, and now they cannot turn back anymore. You know what human beings are? Human being, it is difficult for some human being to open their mouth and say sorry. That five-letter word, it is so difficult for some people to say it. Very difficult for some people to say it. Some people can never ever open their mouth to say it. That is why you that is watching me, any place you're watching me from, be very careful what you say, so that you will not have that, you will not be in a situation where you will say sorry. It is not everybody that have the grace to open their mouth and say, I am sorry, when they are sorry. Some people will never. Instead, they prefer they die in it. So how do you stay away? If you're one of those who cannot say sorry, and if you don't want to be in a situation where you will say sorry, be very careful of what you say. Before you utter a word, think again. Think again. If you're not sure of an information, do not push that information. Don't peddle it. Don't peddle lies. No matter who is passing the information, even if it is your brother, your best friend, your mother, whoever it is, your benefactor, whoever it is, if you are not sure of the information that the person is preaching, don't push it forward. Don't push it. If you're not sure, don't push it. You hear about a blackmail. If you don't have information, if you don't have the real information about that blackmail, know whether if it is true or not, don't join. Don't engage in a fight that is not yours. Don't engage in a another people fight. What people see today is what they call it saga. People now have seen that saga has become the thing that can be able to attract people on your channel. When you are talking against somebody, when you are demonizing somebody, the person is talking and you are talking back to him. People will now come to hear the gossip. That is what is booming. And people are now trying to introduce that very saga into the struggle, the agitation that we are in. They are bringing saga into the agitation. That is why you will see somebody. Every time you go to their title, they will always put the name of Mazin. They will always put the name of someone Epa. Either they put someone Epa, or they put Nelly, or they put Idu. And these are the people who are telling you don't support Idu, but you are promoting Idu. You don't know that when you are using that Idu to challenge, to compete, when you are using that Idu to make a debate, when you are using that Idu to make a title, you are promoting it. You are promoting it. And you'll be coming back and say you don't like it. How many times have you seen someone ever use Idu as his title? How many times have you seen someone using people's name as a title? But in your own channel, the only reason people watch your channel is because you are using the name of someone as a title to attack him. It's only because you want to talk about Nelly or you talk about Rudu. That is the only way you draw your traffic. So you no longer care if the information is wrong or right. As long as it has to demonize that person, you begin to talk about it. Then you now expect for the person to talk back. When you talk, the person talk back, then but I thank Chuko Kariama. I thank Chuko Kariama that the people whom they are talking to is much more understanding and experience more than them. Samuel Nepa doesn't respond to every nonsense. He responds only when it is necessary to respond. Even before he responded to the DOS, it took 5 good months. It took 5 good months of attack. 5 good months of attack before he came to respond. It took 5 good months of attack before he came to respond. And his response lasted for a short while. But that response shook the ground. That response changed the narrative. That response made the DOS or whatever you call them disappear. That is what the truth does. You cannot cover it. The truth is like the light that shineth in darkness. When you bring a light, no matter how small or tiny the light is, when you put it in that place, you will see the light. You will see the light. And it doesn't take stress. It doesn't take much energy to defend the truth. It doesn't take much energy. All you got to do is to just say it the way you have said it before. But when you see somebody telling lies, they will begin to tell other lies to cover the new lies. Telling other lies to cover the new lies. How long shall we continue to tolerate this evil that we are seeing in IPOB? How long shall we continue to permit it and tolerate it? Let's call a spade a spade. Call evil evil. When you see something that is wrong, stand against it, speak against it. It doesn't matter who is concerned. It might be your best friend. It might be your benefactor. It might be somebody who is close to you, your father, your mother. As long as he or she is doing evil, evil can never change to be good because of the person that is doing it. There is never a time a lie will change to become truth because of the person that is telling the lie. Once you commit it, a sin will always be a sin, no matter who commits it. Even if a Pope John Paul commits sin, it remains a sin. You will not say because Pope John Paul committed a sin, then that sin now is no longer a sin. It doesn't happen anywhere. You can't say because your father told a lie, then you now say it is true because it's your father that said it. As soon as you find out it's a lie, stand against it and tell that person to his face, you are lying. Stop the lie. Stop it. Stop it. We cannot lose focus. We can't afford to lose focus now. We have gotten to a situation where every Biafran man and woman have to stand up and defend ourselves. We have reached the height where every single Biafran have to stand up and we will defend ourselves by all means possible. We need to. This is the time. This is the time. That is why I applaud our brother Simon Ekpan when he said, we will no longer take any command from the DSS. We cannot take any command coming from DSS telling us that Mazen Nandekano said, all those second-hand information. We cannot take it anymore. And since Simon Ekpan made that comment, you can see they have reduced the issue of telling us that Mazen Nandekano said. It doesn't come anymore. Because they themselves know now that Biafran people are taking charge. And the Janja would have to get the information directly to their ear. The Janja would have to get it straight that Mazen Nandekano is no longer in charge of the struggle outside. He remains the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Mazen Nandekano remains the leader of the struggle for Biafra restoration. He is the leader. Unchangeable, unbribable. You can't change him. He remains the leader. But when it comes to the decision making and taking action, as long as they are still holding him in the DSS, he's not going to give any action anymore. He's not going to give any order anymore because there is no space for that. There's no space. Where our Supreme Mazen Nandekano is, the lawyer confessed and told her that the whole place is bug and they cannot have any private discussion with him. So how can anybody think that Mazen Nandekano will give a suggestion to prosper the Biafra struggle while he's in the presence of the DSS? It's not possible. It's only somebody who is not mentally sound that will believe that Mazen Nandekano will begin to suggest something that will push the Biafra struggle forward in the presence of the DSS. It's not possible. That is why I support what Simon Ekpa said. We will no longer take any instruction from the DSS telling us that it's coming from Mazen Nandekano. No more second-hand information. Until Mazen Nandekano comes out, speak to us by himself directly from Afar Ubeku, everything will stop. Everything will stop. But for now, it is the responsibility of every Biafran to act according to the will of Chukwu Okabiama. Whatever word that Chukwu Okabiama have placed in our hearts, we'll take it and run with it and we implement it. Chukwu Okabiama can speak through anybody. Not only our brother Simon Ekpa, he can speak through anybody. Anything that Chukwu Okabiama placed in your heart as a way to free Mazen Nandekano, as a way to make our freedom come, preach about it, speak about it, look for a platform, talk about it. As long as it is truth, if what you're saying is the truth, and it is Chukwu Okabiama that put that in your heart, that information will fly. Biafran people will grab it and they will run with it. Biafran people will grab it and they will run with it. But if your information is not from Chukwu Okabiama, that information you are passing through will die a natural death. It will. That is why I see no reason why we must be fighting people or talking about irrelevant things, talking about people. Everybody is free to preach whatever they want to. We are in a free world. After all, Chukwu Okabiama gave us that freedom. Freedom of will. We can decide either to be good or bad. So why would I be the person to begin to direct person to be, force somebody to be good? I can't force you to be good. I will only tell you what I had to tell you. I give my opinion. If you like it, fine. If you don't like it, it's up to you to make your decision. It's up to you. Nobody can force another person to engage in a fight that he or she doesn't want to fight in. The only common fight that every single one of us is fighting, including some of their enemies, is freedom. We all want freedom. Every one of us, including those criminal politicians. They want freedom, but they are scared. They are scared of losing their relevance in the control of Nigeria. They are scared of losing their fraudulent loot, the money they have acquired fraudulently, and they know that the caliphate knows about it. That is what they are using to threaten all of them. Every single politician in Biafra land, from the House of Rep to House of Senate to governors to ministers, they have their black book. The caliphate have all their information. That is why if they mess up, they'll call them from Sokoto. Once they go and see something on Sokoto, everything changes. They begin to speak from their nostrils. They begin to, you'll be wondering, why is it that these people are not speaking? With the death rate we have in Biafra land, with the way people are being massacred, lives being taken on daily basis, why is it that they're not speaking? Ask yourself, why are they not talking? They are killing your brother. They are killing your sister. You see military, you see it kuro happening. Are you telling me that the politicians in Biafra land don't know that the cause of the insecurity in Biafra land is the military? They know very well that the major cause of insecurity in Biafra today is Nigerian military. They are the Nigerian terrorist military in uniform. They are the cause of insecurity in Nigeria, in Biafra land. They were the people that introduced the unknown gunmen, the DSS and the military. They were the people that introduced the gunmen. It has been proven with proofs. They introduced the unknown gunmen. When they try to use it to destroy ESN and it doesn't work, they changed again. They formed the Ebubago. And you saw the work of Ebubago. Every one of you saw what Ebubago did. Ebubago started the same operation. And when Ebubago started, even the governors, every one of them was crying. Even the commissioners, all those politicians, they were crying when Ebubago started attacking them. Because it is a political move. The same thing they were doing to ESN. Ebubago started doing that same thing to politicians and ordinary people. Begin to kill innocent people. Begin to kill politicians. Begin to pursue political enemies. They began to cry. What did they do? They went to Senate to begin to ask them to ban the Ebubago. Have you ever seen anybody raise a motion in the Senate telling them to ban the Hizbah? Have you heard anywhere somebody talking about banning Hizbah in the north? Since Omoteku was established, have you heard anybody raising a motion to ban Omoteku? Have you ever heard anybody raise a motion to ban Omoteku? But Ebubago that was just formed a few days ago, Umahi have begun to use them as a terrorist group. Ebubago have become an open terrorist group that they are. They have shown their colors. In the Ebubago, you can see Fulanis, you see people from the north, you see people from all manner of places. I don't know where they brought them from. Those people who were unknown gunmen, those unknown gunmen you were hearing about, they recruited them into Ebubago, legitimized them and gave them weapons. And they begin to cause havoc everywhere. And they began to cry. Today you have seen what is playing out. Today that same man, Umahi, who has been taking the life of innocent, using Ebubago, the same thing Hope Uzodinma is doing today. The same thing Hope Uzodinma is doing in Imo State, taking the life of innocent people. Today, that same Umahi, if they tell Umahi that a court in the caliphate, a court in Nigeria will remove him, he wouldn't believe it. If they tell him that a court in that contraption called Nigeria will give the kind of judgment that was given, he will not believe it. He won't believe it. But that judgment was given. Whether they carried it out or they don't carry it out, it doesn't matter. But the judgment was given. And that was a wake-up call for him. That was a great wake-up call for him. You know, before he thought he's untouchable. He thought he's untouchable, but Chukwu Okabima knew the way to touch each and every one of them. And Chukwu Okabima just gave him a taste of it. Just like Hope Uzodinma is doing. Hope Uzodinma think he's invisible. But Hope Uzodinma own, his death is going to be more disastrous. Hope Uzodinma is going to commit suicide. Hope Uzodinma, for every single life we have lost in Biafra land, Hope Uzodinma is responsible. And he's going to pay dearly. He's going to pay dearly. Since Hope Uzodinma can come openly and boast, Hope Uzodinma came openly and boast that he invited the military in Biafra land to take the name of life of Biafrans. Hope Uzodinma came out boldly and said that he is going to bomb some villages. He mentioned villages he is going to bomb. He said he went to a city to go and bomb. When he got there, there was a school there. That's why he came back. That the next time he go there, both the school and everything, he's going to bomb everywhere. And he did. And he did. And he's still doing the same thing. Even as you're watching this video, lives are still being wasted in Imo State. And all the politicians, all the members of Handes and Igbo, the so-called elites, the celebrities, none of them is talking. They close a blind eye as if nothing is happening. The kind of thing that is happening in Biafra land is greater than what is happening in Ukraine. What is happening in Biafra land is greater than what is happening in Ukraine. We have lost more people in Biafra land than in Ukraine. But you will see celebrities in Nigeria posting things that have to do with Ukraine. You will see the politicians talking about Ukraine, but they will not talk about the Ukraine in their backyard. They will not talk about their brothers and sisters that are losing their life. That is how evil these people are. And we will not continue to condone this evil. We cannot continue to condone the evil. We have to call a spade and put a stop to all those their madness. How long shall we continue to sell ourselves into the hand of the enemy? How long shall we continue to allow the enemy to ride us and use us like dustbin? How long? Biafran people, any place you're watching me, share this video in your platform. Share the video. Support the channel. If you have not subscribed, go and subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed, share the video to every platform. Share it in your WhatsApp group. Share it in your platform, in your Facebook. Share the video. Share it so that people can be able to join us and hear the direct message of what is happening. We are not here to preach hate. We are not here to talk about people. We are talking about the situation of the Biafran people. The critical situation that the Biafran people are. The reason why we are fighting for our freedom. We are not fighting freedom because we hate anybody. Biafran people are the most loving people you can think of in Nigeria. That is why they live everywhere. Every time you see them, even in their caliphate, everyone will be confessing that Biafrans are living everywhere. They have businesses everywhere. That is what they used to blackmail us to make sure we remain slaves. That we have business everywhere. We have business everywhere because of the love we have for people. Because we take everybody as ourselves. Because we are hardworking. That is why we have businesses everywhere. But you cannot begin to blackmail us because of that. What have we gained for that? What have we gained for developing your places? We go to all part of Nigeria. Any part of Nigeria you can think of, the Biafran people are there, developing things. Any place, part of the world, making difference. But what do the Fulani Caliphate come to do our land? A Fulani man will come to Biafra land. When they are coming, he will come with a mat. He will not even rent a house. Go and see where they call Amausa. In Amausa, they don't pay rent. In most of their Amausa, they don't pay any rent. They come with their mat. They sell their cow. Either their cobbler or whatever. When they finish, they go back. They will not add any meaningful thing to that very environment. Instead, even when they take over the environment, they will destroy the environment. If you see the environment, a place that is clean before will never be clean anymore. Give them a clean environment, they will destroy that environment, that it will become unconducive for anybody to live. But on our side of Biafran people, when the people from the south go to the north, we will develop their area, build mansions, build houses, rent houses, pay taxes to them. How many Fulanis in the north in the south are paying tax? How many of them is paying tax? Look at Lagos State, where you see the Okada. Come on, collecting money from the Okada, they will begin to wage war against our brothers in the Dua land. In their own land, Okada from the north will begin to fight against the tax collectors. They wage war. To wage war. Even in the south, they come and fight there openly. But those of us from the south, what do we do? When we go to the north, we obey all their laws in the north. We pay our tax in the north. We develop the northern part of Nigeria. We add meaningful listen to their economy over there. But when they come to our side, even when we are adding meaningful development to their own side, they still kill us. They will still kill us with their Sharia. They still destroy our businesses with all the tax that are collected. They will come and destroy our businesses. You will have been hearing of a riot, every time riot. Every riot, single riot you have been hearing about now. Kaduna riot, Jos riot, Bauchi riot, Yulai riot. All those riots, which people are they taking their life? They are taking the life of Biafran people. Destroying life and property. Up to today, no compensation anywhere, not even sorry have been said. Not even sorry. But you will see a northern will come boldly and begin to tell you that they will demand compensation. Demand compensation for onions that was thrown away. Demand compensation for a food they refuse to sell to the south that destroyed by themselves. They want government to compensate them. And you will see people from the southern part of Nigeria supporting the nonsense. That is how evil the contraption called Nigeria is. Why everybody that is from the south should ask out. The contraption called Nigeria have institutionalized injustice. The contraption called Nigeria, the British company called Nigeria, have institutionalized injustice in their constitution, and it can never be well. It doesn't matter how you try. And if you don't know how they institutionalize injustice, how they institutionalize injustice in their constitution is by quota system. When you hear them quota system is evil. It is quota system that put the caliphate in charge. It is the quota system that made it possible that somebody who did not go to school, who didn't go to primary school, will come and challenge an university graduate. It is quota system that made a northerner that did not see the forward of university will come and begin to contest for presidency. It is the quota system that made it possible that an educated man in the southern part of Nigeria cannot get an employment, but an illiterate in the north will be a managing director. Quota system. That is the evil that you are in. If you don't know it now. And this evil is supported by their constitution. And they are not ready to throw away such constitution nor make amends. We don't even want amendment. All we want is to get out of this very contraction, have a home. a place we can call home, a nation that we can defend, a nation that we can hit our chest and say, yes, this is my nation. A nation we can be patriotic to. There is no single man living on the planet Earth that is patriotic to Nigeria, because there is nobody that's a Nigerian. Nobody's a Nigerian. They are only saying it. You see them in the mouth calling Nigerian. Nobody is a Nigerian. That is why corruption can never stop in Nigeria. And nobody is patriotic, including Obasanjo and Co, who is claiming to be fighting for Nigeria. All of them, none of them is patriotic to Nigeria. If they are patriotic to Nigeria, they will not be stealing the country dry. Muhammadu Buhari have stolen more than any other president in that country called Nigeria. Then he still calls himself patriotic. How can you be destroying something that you are patriotic to? They are even the people who are destroying the ordinary citizens of that very country. Later they will come and preach to you one Nigeria. The only man who has the solution to that contraption called Nigeria is our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has provided a solution. And what is the solution? Self-determination for every indigenous tribe. Self-determination. Give us a referendum. We are not asking for war. Self-determination through referendum. Let there be a referendum. Let people choose where they want to be. If at the end of the referendum, they decide to be together, now they will come and write a constitution by themselves. A constitution that they will follow and obey. And now you begin to see people who can be patriotic to the contraption. But for now, they didn't write a constitution. Nigeria don't have a constitution. So how can you be forcing somebody to stay in a country where there is no constitution? Nigeria don't have a constitution. Conduct referendum if you mean well to yourself and to your unborn children. Conduct referendum. Every Biafran have to stand up from 15th onwards. It is not going to be business as usual. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect every Biafran in Biafra land. Our Biafran brothers and sisters who are fighting day and night, who are taking the bullet for us. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect you. You will never lose your life. Every single man or woman in Biafra land, you will see Biafra. You will walk into Biafra and you celebrate in Biafra land. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect everybody who have joined me in this broadcast. Everybody that have shared this broadcast in their platform. Everybody that has shared this broadcast in their WhatsApp group or anywhere you have shared it. Chukwu Okike Abiama will bless you. Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to protect you. You will see Biafra, walk into Biafra and celebrate Biafra. If you are on Oduduwa, you will see Oduduwa, you celebrate in Oduduwa land, and you will be happy in Oduduwa. No matter any tribe you are, if you are from any indigenous tribe that comes from Nigeria, you will see freedom. As long as you are looking for freedom, you will see freedom. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect Sunday Igboho, secure him, give him good health as he has come out, and give him more strength to continue to fight the battle. I commit our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu into the hand of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Any poison that have been injected into his body will never have effect. Any attack against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never ever stand. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. I appreciate you and I thank you very much for joining me on this broadcast. Tomorrow I'm going to come back again on the same time to broadcast and say one or two things on the things that are happening to our people. I will always be here on a daily basis to add my own opinion. If you have any contribution to make, you can equally make contribution. Maybe in time to come, if you want to make a contribution, you let me know so that I can push a phone number that you can call, or I place a platform where you can come in and contribute. I want to see your comments. I want to see your comments. If you want to join me on the platform to speak, let me know. Then I will create opportunity for you to come in and speak. If you have anything to offer, if you have something to say, if you have an opinion, a suggestion to make, let me know. Write it on the comment section. On my next program, I will try to create a platform where you can speak, where you can come out and air your own opinion. It is our responsibility to restore Biafra. Nobody is going to give us Biafra. It is you and I that will restore the Biafra through the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Take your freedom. Freedom is not given in the platter of gold. You have to fight for this to get it. Thank you so much for watching. And remember this. See you tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Bye-bye.